The only rules are no alcohol.
I'm not much of a drinker.
Why no alcohol?
Because you're on the job right now. We're just stopping by to get food before we head down south. Actually, what I'm thinking about. DOC to PD, just letting you guys know the DOC will be attending an academy in the city. Will be unavailable for approximately 45 minutes to an hour. Graciously by Chief Holt, he's offered us the boardroom in the 32.
Okay, good.
Hey, firm. Thank you very much. Switching back to 9.
5 sweet peas and.
Yeah, we smoked ribs, I ain't gonna say that.
I'm better just gonna.
I think good, but
Get out, go, get out. I love you. So how's y'all's day been? Y'all been doing alright?
Yep.
Same.
Somewhat.
Yep.
Nico, get on the bus so I can give you a key.
Mirror Park, Rat?
Yes, Mayor Park. Oh, that's right. You're driving, not Nico. Fuck.
Oh, that's all
There you
right.
go. Hop on.
Somebody's fucking driving.
Hey, how lucky you feeling today, Boone?
I'm feeling about, oh fuck, hold on.
You get keys up there now? Should
Oh,
should
I
hand
sure.
it to
die
you.
hard.
Fantastic.
go.
Let me go check on these individuals in here and get rocking.
Take your time. I'll be here. How you doing back there, fella? How's your day going?
Going good.
What about yours up there?
Not so bad. Thanks for asking.
Yes,
Just
sir.
a bit hot out here, but I can't complain.
Ma'am, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing lovely.
That's all good to hear.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Always.
How are you guys liking your new mansion?
Oh, it is just absolutely stunning. I can't wait to get in there and decorate.
Oh yeah, it sounds good. I've never been in a big house before. Pretty nice though. How much you spent on that?
Oh, well,
Oh,
I
God.
spent nothing.
Yeah, I did.
That's gonna be the most out-of-pocket
What?
sentence I've heard you say for a while.
What'd you
That's
say?
not even. That's not even the wildest shit I've said.
I know.
Alright, I
but-
got my cigarettes. We good.
All right.
Did you say something?
Yeah, everybody's on block.
Oh,
We're
I'm
going
here,
to,
man. I'm driving.
Head in 30 seconds. So I said good DJ, whoever the hell he is.
Alright,
Yes, sir. Back here.
All right. We got DJ, Theo. Yeah, I believe we got everybody.
Excellent.
Back to your question though, it was what? It's 100 and. Oh fuck! Damn near 200 grand, all said and done.
Fucking crazy.
When you hosting a house party,
As soon as it's decorated.
What she said. You know, I think it was only expensive because I got the house, the pool house, and the garage.
Mirror Park?
Well, that might be it.
We are en route to Mirror Park. Yes, we're on the Los Santos Freeway, headed south at the moment.
And board.
You need us for something, Yancey?
Oh no,
Oopsie.
the poor coyote.
It's just one less civilian death we had. Maybe they'll start taking a shit outside the prison.
I mean, it's a good point.
Or was that Clint that I heard?
No.
It was Clint. It was Clint.
My bad. You sound just like Death Sergeant Yancey from the SD. Death Sergeant Yancey from the SD.
Fuck this box. Tucker, can we put upgrades on this bitch?
What are you saying?
I was asking Tucker if we can upgrade the buses so they're not so slow.
No, I kind of like it the way it is.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter as soon as we're getting, I'm pretty sure we're getting new buses. So.
I have to find some way.
Move, yokel.
Look, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm fucking excited about this.
Excited
What's
about
that?
what?
Whatever the fuck we're doing.
Academy, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
This is not
So-
a field trip.
It's kind of a field trip.
No, it's just expansion. You can see it. It looks good.
Leon, no throwing shit back there, goddammit. I will brake check you.
God damn it, I'll turn this bus around. I'll make you motherfuckers do Academy in the goddamn solitary confinement block.
Man,
That's
no,
fine.
it smells in there, man. Don't do that.
Later, I'll make you all gather into the fucking briefing room. All 8 of us in an itty bitty ass little room.
That's
That's
not
it.
good.
That's
Hey, don't threaten me. I'll go get some tear gas. I'll tear gas all of
hey, I was
We'll do
asking
it.
for you to give me some, and you wouldn't.
It's because tear gas is going to be restricted to EOU and potentially FAT. Which we're going to go over all that in the Academy because the DOC was restructured, so we're going to cover the restructurization. We're going to cover some things that you know, we're putting in place, and we're going to touch on you know, how you guys do your job, so on and so forth. The SOPs are just about finished, but this is the first. This is really the last time I'm going to have free like this for a minute. So not really free. I'll be free every. You know what I mean? It's a long story.
You're a busy guy. It's good to get it out of the way while you have a chance, if you understand.
Yeah, I'd rather get everybody taken care of. You know.
Because the last one is
Understood.
gonna have free before he has to go sell himself on the street contract. He's fucking home one.
Hey, I'll pimp you out.
Jesus
No, because
Christ.
then he doesn't get any of the money. It all goes to you.
No, no.
Back up and take us around back.
This is the way in.
Oh, is it? Hell, I've been going the wrong way this entire time.
Yes, you
I
have.
bet you have.
That's bad. You should lose your license for that.
I've been going the wrong way this entire
Poor
time.
police department. Well, see, it's got arrows over that way too. What the fuck?
They're both entrances. Should no exit.
Wait,
Alright,
Sure,
oh
here
no,
it
we're
is.
stuck. Oh.
everybody off the bus.
But I don't know that.
Well, that's a sucker, ain't it?
Making us walk. Imagine them making us walk all the way around.
Yeah, that's
I'd-
okay. Well, I mean,
I'd
it's
like to file for cruel and unusual punishment.
take you
On
to
what
the
grounds?
military and beat you with a baton.
They're making me
All that.
walk more than I should.
So the same distance that I just walked in heels.
And now we're turning back around. See
Where
how
we
bad
going?
that is?
Boss, where we go?
Follow the leader. He ain't talking.
We're going downstairs. Like I said, I was just collecting the 2 sitting on the side.
I'm the fastest jogger here.
I just don't have keys down here.
God, what the fuck is going on with you, bro?
Jesus Christ. Hey, you have a spider, by the way, shotgun man.
Is it gone? Hey. Yep, eye issues. There we go.
Fantastic. All right. That means continuing on. The DOC split in two different sides. Okay, the administration side and the operations side. Nico, where are you at? He's over here in the corner. He's your associate director of operations, so he'll be handling as far as most of your day to day. The associate director of administration is Brian Hilton, the old warden. He'll be handling IA and HR, which for those of you who are curious, they are two separate entities. They will be handling things differently. We're going to go over and kind of explain what everything does. Starting on the administration side, because it's the smallest, you've got internal affairs. In the back corner there, in the mint green, I don't even know what you would call that, the mint green getup that she's wearing, that is your superintendent of internal affairs. She runs the internal affairs team. Internal affairs is exactly what it sounds like. You know, they're handling complaints, they're handling, you guys slipping up and fucking up and issuing punishments, things of that nature. HR is a completely different animal. They're kind of, if you look at it like this, IA is the enemy team, HR is the friendly team, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. She's more than willing to help you back there. Don't look at her as like, the bad guy. But IA is obviously there to enforce the rules and make sure you guys do what you're supposed to. HR is the opposite. Okay, they're here to help you. They handle all of our employment, hiring, interviews are run through them, the whole 9 yards. Their big thing is employee wellness, so they'll be any bonus checks will come from the HR department. Any employee benefits, things of that nature will run through the HR. Everything like that. Moving on to the second half, the operations division. You got three different sects here. You've got the division of parole, the division of facility operations, and the office of correctional safety. So these three things, obviously, they sound like what everybody's thinking, what are they doing? Okay, your division of parole is exactly what it sounds like. They're your parole agents. They oversee the certain units within the office of correctional safety, and as well as anything like parole hearings, parole agents, the dispatch of the fugitive acquisition team, anything of that nature. Okay, the facility operations is actually what it sounds like. Those are basically the guys that run the prison. Everybody in this room, except for Rosie in the back, is already in the facility operations division, except for, I believe, Boone. Boone will be in the office of correctional safety under the emergency operations unit. And so talking about that now, under the Office of Correctional Safety, that's sort of like our Special Enforcement Bureau. Okay, you've got a few different squads in there. You've got the Special Services Unit. It's essentially the prison's investigative branch. Okay, they're investigating these criminals inside the walls. Believe it or not, crime doesn't stop because they're in jail. We've got prison gangs. We've got these criminals continuing to make these calls and organizing hits, and they're operating their own criminal underworld within our walls, right under our noses. And so it's these guys' jobs to suss out, who's going to be the head of these cars. What are the gangs doing? Are they getting information from the outside, so on and so forth? If they do have anything on the outside, they pass that to the respective detectives divisions of the sheriff's department and the police department for them to kind of head up and investigate from the outside perspective. But they do a lot of the inside investigative work. You got the fugitive acquisition team. We talked about that as well. It's exactly what it sounds like. Parolee violators, prison escapees, anything of that nature. They're the guys that go after them. Because of what they are, we don't need warrants to pick them up. You just go get them. Okay, so these guys are kind of like a SWAT team on crack. They're, they're kicking in doors for these registered addresses to these parolee violators, the prison escapees, the DOC. Okay, when you got a parolee violation, we got an address on file associated with their name. I don't need a warrant to go kick in their door. Okay, we just send the fat team after them. They go and pick them up whether they like it or not. Okay, moving on, we have the Emergency Operations Unit. They handle high-risk transportation. So, we have a particularly notable individual in the jail that's, potentially, say, a leader of a gang, president of an MC, or even, one of these mob guys. We get them locked up. EOU will handle their transportation. Additionally, these guys are riots. So, we get a riot breakout in the prison. The EOU will take lead on suppressing that. Well, the biggest change after conversing with the federal government and referencing some colleagues from other places, everybody in this room is a post-sworn peace officer. Okay, what that means is essentially you have the same rights and abilities as a regular law enforcement officer. The difference is your jurisdiction is the prison. Right, so your facility guys, your jurisdiction ends the moment you leave those walls, and actually I believe it's like a mile circulation around the jail. So that road leading up to the jail is within your jurisdiction, but 68, anything beyond that, you turn that over to the sheriff's department. You know, obviously it doesn't mean go respond to calls. We're not doing that, okay? But it does mean that you're out and about, you're doing whatever, and somebody pulls a gun and tries to. Ask away.
So with those divisions, are we gonna have like once you pick one division?
Actually picking where you want to go, it is going to kind of be similar to that. Obviously, EOU cannot also be FAT, so on and so forth. So you kind of pick one or the other. EOU, FAT, everybody else, they'll still be able to, pull correctional duties within the jail.
What the hell they do?
So, if you've got no riots to suppress or fugitives to apprehend, you will be working out of the jail, policing the street, or not policing the street, policing the inner walls as needed.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
Did y'all see the car go through?
There's a car in there.
Yeah, someone. What?
Someone's in there. Someone arrest that guy.
What the
He
fuck?
can't park there.
Oh.
He can't park there.
That's illegal parking.
Let's not all go out there.
You guys chill here for a minute. We don't want to fucking swarm in here.
As everyone's still continues to leave out the door.
How the
What the hell
did that
happened?
damn car?
Can't park there, sir.
That's what I call a certified local moment.
That was
All
awesome.
right, Miranos, what's your question?
Marinos,
Marinos.
have we inquired any more information about our clinic staff?
I have a meeting with Director O'Reilly in the next week to converse about that. He's supposed to come up and tour our facilities and see what he wants to do. I believe the current idea at the moment is serious. They get transported down south to St. Fiacre for them to treat. So any surgeries, nothing like that will be happening up at the jail. More information on that to come.
Sign me up.
Any other questions?
How do we go about getting into these divisions? Is it after our training is fully done, or is it a period after that?
So the way I'm going to do it, because I'm a big fan of everybody having the ability to go where they want to go. From this point forward, after you graduate out of your correctional trainee phase, you get that rank of correctional officer. Okay, you will be able to transfer with approval from whoever's leading that division into wherever you want to go. So say you do your training phase, you come out, you're a CO, and you say, you know what, I really want to be part of the fugitive acquisition team. There will be in the fax machine a port for you to go in and input your letter of interest. You'll go in there, you'll do that, and it'll be up to the individual leading that fugitive acquisition team to accept deny from there. And that goes for everything. So internal affairs, HR, that'll be a little bit. That will be for correctional sergeants and above, just because we want the IA and HR to be a little bit more tenured within the department, because they are, obviously, you guys slip up, you guys do anything of that nature, it'll be. I don't want a new guy coming in that doesn't know anything trying to issue you guys punishment. Any other questions? Fantastic. Excuse me a moment while I write out this headache, because I don't even know if you can hear me right now.
We can.
We can.
Yep.
You sound fine.
We can also still see your mullet.
Yeah.
Miss it.
Can't miss it. Yep, that's right.
Tucker.
What in the hell? My apologies if my stream is kind of lagging out right now. I don't know what's going on. Oh, now it's going to rain.
Mentioned as well, I was getting to that. So these roaming guards, when you're on that roam patrol, the big thing you'll be doing, the big thing we want to see you doing is checking on these guards assigned to posts. So you'll be, walk up to the pod in block 7, so on and so forth. Make sure they're okay, make sure everything's fine. You will report at the
You
end,
just robbed
one
them,
full
didn't you?
circulation of your walk. Report back to the watch command. Hey, everybody's hurt. Everything's fine. Do it all over again. Like I said, we will rotate assignments so that nobody gets too like what's going on. We don't want you doing the same thing for 5.5 hours, and then every day will be a different thing for you. Beyond that, yes. I'm sorry. It's not Merinos. What is it?
Marinos.
Marinos. Okay, what's going on, Marinos?
So Saturday, what time is that?
To be determined, but it'll be later in the evening. At the absolute earliest, 6:30 Eastern.
Okay. In addition, you said something about a color. Are we gonna have color? Let's see, code red, lockdown,
Yes.
so on and so forth.
That'll be covered, like I said. We're just kind of covering basic things. We're going into details directly after this. So yes, that will be covered.
Okay.
Moving on from that, we'll also be doing, like I said, with these EOU and things of that nature. When you are activated as EOU, you know, you'll gear up, everything of that nature, and roll out. That's about the much we're going to cover on that. Like I said, we don't want to move too much on that, as nobody in here is really hitting that for the most part. Transports. I'm sure you guys know weapons are not permitted on the yard. I don't want to see you guys packing pistols around the yard, you know, where these inmates can get a hold of them. As soon as you leave the prison en route for a transport, you will grab your weapon. You never know if you're going to get ambushed on the road. There will be shotgun certifications to get you guys 12 gauges. That'll be for corrections officers and above. Trainees, unfortunately, you won't have access to that shotgun just yet. If you're interested in being shotgun certified, you can get a hold of me or Nico. We'll take care of that in the future. You could also get a hold of your superintendent of facility operations. Continuing. Apologies about that. I just had a brain fart. Anyway, continuing on. As far as, do you have a question, Marinos? See your hand's still up.
Oh. My hand is not up.
Yes, it is.
Okay, maybe I'm losing my mind.
It is. It is. It is.
Get your point right at the seat.
Yeah.
Is it still up?
You're good. You're
No,
good.
you're good now.
You're good.
Anyway, as far as transports will go, the bus is always identified as bus 1. If we have, for whatever reason, more than one bus in transit at a time, you go up and numerically from there. So, you know, bus 1, bus 2, so on and so forth. 3 guards, if we have them, minimum of 2. I don't want to see people riding the bus with just one guy. If you're the only one on duty and PD calls for a transport, you'll be given a van. We're working at the moment for the van for transport of that nature. The minimum 2 guards for transport on the bus. If you only have 2, make sure to request a escort from the police department. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to comply. We'll kind of go over in the practicality, how you secure prisoners, all that stuff later in this training. You want to escort the prisoner, 1 to the front, 1 to the back. The individual in the back will be carrying the beanbag shotgun. That's for safety purposes. Beyond that, as you're leaving the jail with the bus, you know, call out, hey, bus 1 departing for transport 2, and make sure you state where you're going. So, you know, if you get a call, hey, you know, I need prison pickup at the 32nd. When you go to leave in that bus, hey, bus 1, I'm in transit to 32nd precinct for prisoner transport. I see your hand is up again, Marinos. Do you need something?
Is this the 32nd or?
This is the 32nd, yes.
Okay.
Alright. As far as, I know the transports are kind of the big deal for everybody. It's what everybody it's the most exciting part. It's post dependent as far as like who gets it first. So the roamers are going to get the option to go on that transport first. They're the ones that obviously they're not on a post, not tied down, dealing with anything. So the roamers will get called out to head to go pick somebody up. When the roamers return, they will hand off with one of the guys on a post. Yes, Green.
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'll have Nico rush me through this, and I'm sorry.
All good. Where was I?
People will
Just
be
keep on
posted up.
buses, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. When you arrive back with the bus, the team that went out on the retrieval, they'll swap out with somebody on the assigned to a post. Where you go will be determined by Watch Command. Watch Command's highest ranking corrections officer available at the time. Sevens, what's up?
Oh, that was more of a suggestion than a question, if that makes sense.
Go for it.
In our facts, having a map of each precinct's name so we get better acquainted with it would help out tremendously. Like this is 36th, correct?
32nd.
Sorry, 32nd. I didn't know that before right now. I don't know what the rest of them are calling out on the PD side.
I will say if PD calls over and says 32nd and you don't know, just ask.
Of course, I just
We
figured
will
get
get
that
that map put up, however.
Cool. Can we get a map of the prison?
Yes, we will do the prison as well.
Thank you.
Alright,
Okay, so when we get down to the prison and we go through intake, that's that back alleyway, right? Are we supposed to be documenting anything on their case file when we get them to the prison?
yeah, so again, that's something I'm going to cover once we get there. That's all part of the practical stuff. This is basically just touch this down here, and the only reason why we came down here is because I just needed a table big enough for all of you. The portion of this is basically the paperwork side. So this is going over SOP changes of that nature. When we get to the prison for the practicality stuff, I'm going to walk you through step by step exactly
This
how you
is
bring
orientation.
Yeah, you're going to learn step by step exactly how you bring an inmate off the bus and get him into.
There are about 2 of us, and that's the minimum. If there's 2 of us, then there's not enough people to keep an eye on the failures in the prison. How would we prioritize one or the other?
So transporting up, we want to help PD out, especially getting them up there. It's kind of a tentative situation between us and them at the moment, from what I gather.
Yeah.
A lot of them aren't too happy with having to call us now. So, if at all in that situation, you would just grab the van. So you would send one guy down in the van, pick him up, bring him back. If you are alone at the jail and somebody calls for transport and you've got prisoners there, just take the van and pick up the prisoner. It's fine. If worst case scenario, somebody gets out and they get brought back, and the big thing to remember, we obviously escaped prisoners are not what we want, and that's something that we'd like to avoid. But something you can remind these prisoners about is that these as soon as they step out of the walls, their sentence is paused, and when they go to sleep, for whatever reason, I don't know why it happens, when they go to sleep and they wake back up again, they wake back up at the jail. We pick them up while they're asleep, and their time just resets, and they go back at it again. So they're kind of hurting themselves in the long run. So
Yeah, no doubt.
not that we want to, let them go. That's not the goal here. We want to keep them behind the wall so the sentence is complete. But if you're alone and you got to go pick somebody up, go pick them up. Worst case scenario, the guy will be back in a few hours. With the help of the sheriff's department, police department, things of that nature.
Yeah.
All right. Other than that, everything in the SOP is pretty just, behavioral standards, things of that nature.
And he hits again.
The SOP will be posted either late tonight, not early tomorrow, either late tonight or late tomorrow evening. Please do make sure you read over that and cover that. We're gonna, if there's not any questions, we're gonna go up north and we're gonna walk you through step by step how to bring an inmate in. We're gonna show you these locations of where the patrol is, everything of that nature. And this is where the actual, academy portion begins. This is the end of the boring sit and listen part.
Right, everybody back downstairs. Wait. Just get hit by it.
Icky roof.
Oh no, I'm fine. He was.
Go,
Hold on,
we need the keys.
No, it's up keys.
Wait,
I
what?
mean, me and him, dude. Yeah.
This is rough.
Nico, lock that door behind you.
All right, no one else get on the bus yet. No one else get on the bus.
I'm going to be thinking on the way
Marinos and I
back.
got on at the same time, and I fucked up. Everybody get on now. Right.
So, can we sing to the prisoners to annoy them as we're driving them?
Oh yeah, be my guest.
I mean, there is
Can we sing Wheels on the Bus for them?
You can sing whatever you want, friend. There was a rather overweight fella in there the other day, and we were giving him the hard business.
You know, I might pick better wording for that. I feel like if you tell somebody I was giving the hard business, you know.
Let's,
Calm down.
if you want to put your mind in the gutter, sure, friend. I don't know.
My mind lives in the gutter, friend.
That's not good news.
What does giving the business mean to you?
What do you mean, eh? Giving them a hard time. That's all I'm saying.
Ah, he's
all right.
Canadian.
How can I? I'm just saying my thing, man.
That means fucking where I'm from.
Same.
I do not connect the right
round
way.
and
I guess
round. Wheels on the bus go round and round.
all
All
through
through
the
the
town.
jail.
Oh shit! She caught me from the loop.
Cuffs on the wrist go click, click, click,
Click.
click, 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 click. Cuffs on the wrist go click, 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 all the way to jail.
By the way, while I got you here, I'll give you some lingo. The jail's nicknamed the farm. It's because we make the the lifers. They're growing tobacco, vegetables, anything of that nature for us. Sell to these businesses around here. So if you ever hear me say I'm headed back to the farm, that's what I'm talking about.
Did you find a fertilized soil? Because I looked all over.
Damn.
There's supposed to be some very near, according to some guys from the feds. I have not personally checked.
Because I was we were looking around and there was a few good areas for us farming, but when we tried to plant the seeds down, it wasn't.
Worst case scenario, we'll do an inmate, work release. Put some shackles on them. Let them go out here at the O'Neill farm and plant. We'll just take 4 or 5 guards with us. Make sure they don't run. I mean, they
I
can't with
won't
shackles,
say no
but you know
to
what I
a
mean.
chain gang.
That's what I'm saying. I love a good chain gang.
The
You wanna
third
make 'em
verse for
sing
Wheels on the
Mir-
Bus.
You want to make them sing Miranos? Or sorry,
The
Marinos?
chains on
I
the gang
apologize.
goes
You can do
Marinos,
it there.
The third
Pardon?
verse for our Wheels on the Bus could be the seal up front says, "Don't test me, don't test, don't test me." The seal at the front goes, "Don't test me. We skipped our lunch break." I don't know.
Hey, I'm getting.
Oh
into
my
it.
God, Weasel Nudes!
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
saying
they've
that,
been
that's
back
why.
like a week or two.
No, they've been back for like fucking 4 hours.
Are you kidding? I thought they were back already.
No.
Oh, well that's embarrassing. I wonder how long they'll last.
Another 4 hours.
Yeah.
This guy gets it.
Should we go to that?
Nah.
No.
No.
Should we just piss him off?
I think we should.
I don't-
yeah,
I don't
agree
think
with,
we'd be
I
welcome
agree with
there.
our assistant director. Well, I mean, we gotta make our presence known, right?
Yeah, step at a time.
I was thinking about going to their promotion ceremony.
See, we might do that. We might show up at their promotion ceremony to
I-
Class A's and just, you know.
I mean, that's appropriate. I wouldn't say.
You know,
no
it
to
was
that.
real nice of the Los Angeles Police Department to invite us to their most recent event.
Yeah.
None of us went though.
Well, it's kind of the idea,
My
right?
brother
We're all
went.
included in the end, ideally.
We're all slaves to the state.
Exactly. All wearing a badge, different shape.
Mine's
You're-
made
what?
out of plastic.
And we're all wearing a badge, just a different shape.
Mine's just a patch.
I think the police department should solve it though. We're better like
So we have more authority of them.
well, no. But yes.
Oh no.
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 My guy.
No.
Please.
You
In
gonna
me,
take out the
Nico.
whole DOC in one sitting?
Yep.
We
There'll
leave
be
as
one
fast as
officer.
we can.
I'll get out. I gotta get out.
You didn't say anything.
What the fuck? Thank you.
That's so open. Hey, the back's still open.
Is it? That's not good. Should be locked. Yep, we're good. Oh.
No, it was not.
Interesting.
Go.
What?
It's like watching a married trying to fucking do something. Both trying to do the same thing, just can't agree on how to do it.
Nico, come here. You can be my test dummy.
Bitch!
Yeah, well. Alright. Where's the white hair? What you got?
Right behind you.
Oh, there she
Seven
is.
won't get off the bus.
He's in his head.
Alright, we're gonna wait for him because it's important.
Thank you.
We're here.
Okay. So when you pull in the gates, you know, you bring them down here. We want to, I mean, where you park the bus is fine. I prefer you rotate it around so the door faces here. It's a pretty straight shot. Nico, come here. When you have your prisoner, okay, the way you're going to restrain them is a little differently than what PD does. All right, we don't cuff to the back for the most part. You're going to cuff them to the front like this. You're going to go behind them, and when you if you focus really hard, really use that third eye, put some shackles on their foot. This is how every prisoner being transported should be moved. when you pick them out of jails, you're gonna pull them out like this. All right, you're gonna have with that 2 guys. If you just got one, you know, you're gonna walk behind them. Beside them is acceptable. Just kind of guide them where they're going. You want to avoid grabbing their arm and yanking them along unless they, you know, specifically ask for that, and that's just because of the what it opens you up to, right? You never know if somebody's gonna come up behind you and want you to let go of their friend because you're taking them to jail. So you're gonna have one guy with that beanbag, just like that for transport. So you're gonna use the beanbag every time without fail. Okay, you're gonna have that with 2. You're gonna have the beanbag behind and one leading. So from here, you're gonna take him inside that door right there. Come on, Nico.
Move, prisoner scum. Please do.
Move it, scumbag.
Present your stand in front of the desk.
All right.
Come on, dumbass.
Get your
So what's your-
fingerprint
All right.
You alright?
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take them up there to the mugshot zone. They're gonna bitch. They're gonna whine. They're gonna complain. That
Take forever.
they're gonna say, you know, well, I already got my picture taken. Well, we're taking their pictures for our records. So what you're gonna do when you get them down there, you're gonna take a picture, okay? And in the fax machine under the Division of Facility Operations, there is a place for you in the filing cabinet there to put in their picture, their name, their sentence length, and if they're a violent or non-violent criminal. Okay, and there will be a template put in there for you to do that in the next few hours. So once you get their picture taken, you know, you collect all the pertinent information. We are going to also collect fingerprint IDs to put in there as well. You can get that out of your CEDs, okay, your clipboards. If the police did their job, it should be in there. You look up their name and you'll find it on the on the profiles tab. So once you get them here, you're gonna do one last search of them. That act currently does not function the way it should. So you know you're gonna search them, make sure they don't have anything, you know, illegal on them, weapons, anything of that nature. Irregardless, whatever they get, it's gonna, you know, their pocket's gonna be emptied out by the desk sergeant behind you. So, at that point, again, this is also something that's being corrected relatively soon. But for now, in the future, you'll think about jail menu and you'll use their lucky number. Their, you know, obviously input their sentence. And then to determine a high risk versus low risk inmates, pretty straightforward. If they committed a violent felony, they're high risk. Non-violent felony or misdemeanor charges, they're low risk inmate. This is very important to determine what housing unit they go to, as well as the clothing of the color of their jumpsuits. We do need to know that. You know, we don't want some guy that's going to jail for an unpaid parking ticket to end up, you know, housed with a guy who's being, you know, in here for life for 6 consecutive murders. Any questions about anything we've talked about so far? Yes.
So, we're gonna have different severity levels, and then you said we have the women's unit. How are we gonna? We only have 3 cell blocks. How's that gonna work? We have the women's unit.
So
the
women are all just gonna
severity
go reside together. The high
Okay.
security, low security is mainly for the men. I really don't expect there to be a lot of women, you know, that are outclassed like that. They'll be fine. And if they're not, it sucks to have tits, I guess. Sorry, that was hateful, but you know what I mean. The women just all kind of sleep together, unfortunately. We can't mix them in with the men.
Now, on that
That's
note,
hot.
we're gonna need to make sure that we're really on the ball when it comes to transitioning males and females in and out of the yard for free time. Or that could be bad.
Yes, absolutely. There are 2 separate yards. We are kind of working out how we're going to do that. That'll be covered on the Saturday training, as well as a fax machine bulletin on which yard will be which and how we're going to do that. But there are 2 different yards that will have 2 different times for, you know, food, everything of that nature. So at this point, you know, you should have it through your CET. You can send them that way for now. It'll just put them in, you know, wherever. It's fine until we get the jail menu thing fixed. Just send them to jail through your CET. All you'll do, yes, make sure you take their cuffs off before you send them, or your cuffs will vanish. So what you will do when you pick up the prisoner from PD, okay, what you're gonna ask first and foremost, how long are they going for? Then you're gonna ask for their name. Then you're gonna ask what they're being charged with. And all you have to say is it a violent or non-violent felony. If they say misdemeanor, whatever, you're fine. But you're gonna ask them for time, and you'll put that in. Actually, you know what? We'll use an example here. If you want to open up your clipboards here, and we'll pull. Well, they didn't do their shit right on that one, so we'll do. Here we go. 4278, Pedro Musudo, however the hell you say that name. On the right-hand side there, on the bottom, you'll see it says Pedro Mugusto. Sorry. As well as you know, guilty, processed, has charges. You'll see recommended fine, recommended sentence. You're not going to touch the fine. That is PD's. Leave it alone. On the bottom side, though, you'll see sentence. That's where you're going to put the number that the PD gives you, and then you're going to put your finger on that jail button, and it will send them off. Any questions on that? All right, and once they're off from here, you know, our assistant guards that are all around here, they will do a little 360 over there, and it'll take them out to their housing block, and that's where they'll stay. That's pretty much it for prisoner intake for now. There's some things we'll be changing in the next potentially month or so. We'll revisit how things operate when that happens. So does anybody have any questions about how to handle a prisoner intake?
No, sir.
Fantastic. We're gonna head out, and I'm gonna show you the walk, what when you get assigned to the looks like, as well as equipment afforded to you. Another thing as well, don't walk around with your baton out. You look like a jackass.
Well, I am a jackass.
Acceptance is the first step, my friend.
All right, are we missing one? We are missing one.
We're missing two, actually. There's
What?
Nico.
There's one.
I was trying
Nico's
to find where
fine.
Nico went.
He knows what he's doing. He'll be back.
He's still shackled and cuffed.
No, I got him under.
Oh.
All right, heading out this way. Every one of these stairwells here will take you up to the walk. They are separated, so you've got one that circulates these two buildings here, 8A and 8B. You've got one that takes you around each of the housing units, and then there's a few that connects up just in random places here. So when you're assigned to the walk, we tend to assign two. That's the goal. So you'll say, hey, for instance, Marinos, you're on the walk 9A. So you'll head to building 9A and go up that way. Fucking Payne, you know, we may say you're going to be the walk on 5 block. So you head down to 5 block and head up on the walk. We want to assign people to be in these places opposite ends so we cover as much ground as possible. So when we get up here, we're going to kind of cut up here on the work building here. The gate's on the other side.
Oh.
Alright. Oh, holy shit, headaches. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're up on the walk, your main thing here is watching the yard here for any kind of altercation an inmate may be starting. Okay, you see fight break out, you see somebody, trying to shiv somebody, anything of that nature. While you're on the walk, you'll be issued an M1 carbine, like Boone's got right here. All right, that'll be added to the armory at some point very shortly, but for now, you'll just be issued them directly from myself, and they'll be returned to myself when you're done with them.
Do you mind if I pop in on that real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So just a bit of a note on the M1 carbine, folks. This here is about a 4 or 5 hit to incapacitate an individual, but keep in mind it will do its job in less time. 1 or 2 shots will inflict
We're on the
brain
walk above
damage on the
forward.
individual. You shouldn't need more than 1 or 2.
Yes. The big thing here, anybody with these M1s, okay, you're going to think it's kind of productive. You're going to issue warning shots to these things if you see somebody like a life-threatening situation. Okay, so you see an inmate, looks like they're getting ready to shiv somebody, or a fight's breaking out and it's something that could potentially be a riot. You'll fire 1 round into the dirt in the general vicinity. Let them know, hey, I see you, you see me. It's knock that shit off. As soon as that warning shot sounds off, the roamer in the yard will radio out, hey, here's a shot, where's it at? You'll call it out. So for instance, we've got inmates are breaking out a fight over there at 9A. I fire up a warning shot. I'll call out, hey, I got a fight in progress, 9A, directly by the stairs to the wall. The roamer will then head that way, along with any guard that may be stationed in that general vicinity. So if we got somebody working, the tower or the walk above 9, they're going to step in to assist. We want to break those inmates up. When it's a fight, I don't care win or lose who participates in the fight. They both go to the hole, which is solitary confinement. Now, that being said, if you're feeling a little frisky, you've got an inmate that's been an asshole, and somebody decides they want to start a fight, let them. The winner goes in the hole, the loser goes to the infirmary. Try not to do that too much, though. Being said, anybody got questions about the walk?
No, sir.
No.
All right, carrying on.
Am I the only one hearing that?
No,
No.
Oh,
You put in a
that's
911.
our
Oh,
siren,
okay.
man.
I may have
Yeah,
missed that.
We'll see that shortly.
Oh my god. These guards fucking position shit.
If you need to bounce, it's fine. We're just gonna go over basically, where guard posts are and what you're supposed to do.
Hey, buddy, how many of those are you doing? That was only one. He was just saying it's done. 2 more? Alright, I'll let the rest of anybody who has access to the 911 calls know.
Huh?
1, but that was it. No more.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Okay.
ma.
Okay. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but whatever.
I think Hulk's been doing drugs.
That doesn't surprise me.
Who is that?
All right.
That's your chief, man.
That was the chief of police.
The police, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. The other thing too, I forgot to cover. We were at the table, and it just dawned on me literally as we're sitting here doing this. We have a larger number of COs now. We're gonna kind of lock down the radio communications a little bit here. I'm not gonna be as anal as other things here. If you've got emergency broadcasts, come over the air, break, say what you got to say. Additionally, since we do have in the field units now, you will be issued a call sign for things like that. But when you're in the prison, don't use it. You'll use where you're assigned. So if you're four block, hey, this is 4 block. I have XYZ. I need XYZ. Or hey, this is 4A cat or 4A on the walk. I need yada yada yada. You know what I mean? That's serves the dual purpose. Okay, it's not just so I don't have to assign you shit. That's not it at all. Okay, it tells the people on the other end where you are and where the threat is comparative to you. So if you say, hey, 4A walk, I've got a fight down here at 9B. That lets the guards know, 1, that you're on the walk, so you're safe, and 2, the fight's at 9B. But if you come out, hey, building 4A, we've got a fight in progress in the housing unit, something of that nature. That kind of lets everybody know, hey, where it's at. Any questions on that?
Who's really on the catwalk is my question.
It's Nico.
I'm just making sure there's one of us.
That being said, moving on. The tower in the middle of the yard here, that's another one of those M1 posts. You access that through the walk on building 9A. You can also do it from, I believe, 8B. We are going to be assigning guards on the inside of the 4 building. That's the prisoner workstations. We want to keep at least 1 guard in the room, each room if we can. There's some questionable things in that general vicinity that could cause some issues. I want to see an inmate get his brain split open on one of the anvils in there because we weren't keeping an eye out.
Big machines, big tools, lots of wood in there, lots of logs.
Exactly.
Keep an eye out and make sure you keep your distance.
Solitary confinement. If you put somebody in the hole, you can do that for disciplinary actions. Any CO has the right to put somebody in the hole. If you put somebody in the hole, you are obligated to check on them at least once every 15 minutes. Doesn't have to be anything, just make sure they're not dead or starving. We do have civilian contractors that walk through the prison. When a civilian contractor is present, one of you will escort them, make sure they're fine. What we're doing now is essentially what a roamer does. Okay, they just kind of meander around to make sure that everything's fine. They'll walk the yard, do a patrol route to the prison. However you want to do that's on you. Other than that, as far as prison operations go, that is about it. Does anybody have any questions relating to specific things they'd like to know? Going once. Going twice. Sold the lady with the platinum blonde hair. Alright. If anybody needs anything. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to ask my question.
Oh, I didn't know you had a question. What's your question?
When are we getting a cafeteria up and running?
That's potentially coming on the 1st. Potentially.
Who's the prisoner on the wall? Upstairs.
Nico.
Just making sure.
Where do you see a prisoner on the walk?
Orange jumpsuit.
Oh, that's a local prison.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't see
they
anybody
go where
up there.
they want.
Well, not where they're supposed to be.
Be very, very careful, by the way. When you're on the walk, the local guards have 605s, and they do not like you being on the walk. You brush past them one too many times, they will open fire on you with a 605, so just, be careful.
Keep in mind they have heavy vests on. They take a minute to take down.
Workplace hostility.
Alright. That being said, we'll be doing some training on Saturday, a little bit more with the SOPs being released in the next day or two. Hope to see you guys around. I don't have expectations as far as I don't expect you to be here 4 and 5 hours a week, but I would like to see you at least an hour. If you can't do that, let me know. We'll set something up. I'm not going to be a big stickler here. I will tell you that until after the 1st, and potentially maybe a little after that, I'm going to be completely frank with you. It's probably going to be a little dull for a minute for facility operations. This prison is missing half of the things that needs to function, and it's being corrected. I assure you, they are fixing it. I've contacted the feds. They're aware. They were not aware previously because the last 2 wardens were not too on the ball with that. So that will be corrected. Will be fixed. Yes, I can't even see who that is.
DJ.
What's going on, DJ?
One, I was going to ask you, kind of just answered that. Have we seen the actual warden yet?
He's the
Yeah, it's
warden.
me.
Okay, so it is you now.
It is me now.
Awesome, amazing. And another thing, if we could share with each other what our time zones are, so because there's been many times I've came in here and been the only one.
That'll be covered in the fact
Yes,
sheet.
sir.
That's
Yes, sir.
that's things we don't want to mention in city.
Yes, sir.
That being said, I guess she really likes that bush. Anyway, let's get some. Let's let PD know we're available. We'll probably get some prisoners up in here, get some stuff rocking. You know, I don't expect you guys to be on duty all the time, but you know, if you guys want to hang around for a little bit, we'll be ready to rock and roll.
I planted
just so you
an
guys,
onion in the bush.
Nice.
Sweet. Just so you guys are aware, you know, I do want everybody to know that we're not being left out here. We're getting new buses, new cars, new uniforms, new badges, the whole works, with everybody else. So we're not being left out. We're still getting cool new shit. We are looking for folks willing to step into these new roles. So if you're interested in taking, you know, a place within, you know, FAT or EOU, SI or SSU, anything of that nature, let me know. You know, we could talk about you potentially moving into those places, as well as parole. There is some changes happening in the federal government potentially very soon that'll bring some more, a significantly larger number of lifers that will be qualified for parole after a certain period of time. So we'll need parole agents. The current number we're shooting for is a cap of 4. So if anybody's interested in that, you know, hit me on the line later. Any other questions? Fantastic. I'm gonna take these Class A's off. It's hot as shit. Have fun.
Can I?